Hello everyone, my name is Gizmo Kaid. Now, as you can see, my lips aren't lining up with what I'm saying, and that's because I am recording this in post. Unfortunately, Giver of Runes decided not to behave and was bugged for about a week. During that time, I recorded this video for Chip, and the results of the games were definitely affected by Giver of Runes not being able to give other permanents protection from colorless. Now, rather than throw out an entire video, I have decided to edit this one together, showing the games that were not affected by the bug, as I feel they are a good representation of Angry Troll Bomb's black-white Hammertime deck. I hope you enjoy the video, and without further ado, let's get on with some games. Round 1, and we have won the die roll. We are going to go first. We will reveal our Loris. I think this is keepable. We'll lead on an Inkmoth Nexus. We'll run out the Shadow Spear, cast our Ornithopter, cast our Memnite, cast our Mishra's Bauble. Look at what our opponent is going to draw. Gutshot. It's probably Prowess. They play a Mountain. Soulscar Mage. And they pass the turn. Well, we're going to draw a card off our Bauble. Another Stoneforge and another Bauble. Well, we'll play the Bauble. Play a Silent Clearing. Just going to go ahead and equip here. Force the Gutshot out of our opponent now. Ooh, our opponent lets it go. Well, I'm just going to pass the turn there. Opponent plays an Arid Mesa. Gets themselves a Steam Vents. Plays a Manamorphose into a Stormwing Entity. That is not something that we currently have the tools to beat. Our opponent goes to combat, swings in for 2. We will just take 2 and go to our turn. We're going to keep the Bauble up. Another Silent Clearing is not terrible. We will run out of Stoneforge, use its ability. I think in this case Cranial Platin is the correct move, and then we will pass the turn there. Our opponent plays a Spire Bluff Canal, and a Sprite Dragon, and a Monastery Swiftspear. They swing in with the team. Now we know about the Gutshot. I don't think it is worth blocking here. The Gutshot will just blow out whatever we do. They do not play it. We go down to 10, and they pass to us. A Giver of Runes. I think we're pretty close to dead here. We'll run out the Stoneforge Mystic, get ourselves a hammer. In our second main, we will play out the Giver of Runes. Pass the turn there. Opponent fires off the Gutshot in their main phase. Prowess triggers all round. They cast a Light Up the Stage, gives them a Manamorphose and a Mutagenic Growth, which means we are dead. We'll scoop it up there. Sideboard in this matchup, we have 4 Uriok Champions to bring in, and 2 Fatal Pushes. We will trim 2 Mantles, a Memnite, and a Bauble, 1 Hammer, and 1 Giver of Runes. And we will run it back like that. Yes, I would like to play first. Yes, I will reveal my Loris. This hand is certainly better than the last one. We're going to play our Marsh Flats. We will crack it immediately. We will get ourselves our Godless Shrine. We are going to pay 2 life. And we will test the waters with a Sagada's Aid. It resolves. Okay. Then I think we should go Bauble, pass the turn there. Our opponent plays a Steam Vance, untapped, runs out of Soulscar Mage. Passes the turn to us. I think we can pretty safely play out this Ornithopter now. Set a stop on our opponent's turn. Bauble them. They have a Lava Dot. They go to swing in. We will take it for now. Down to 16. Our opponent plays a second Soulscar Mage. And they're passing to us. Well, we will Mishra's Bauble them. They've got a Manamorphose. Well, we will cast a Paradise Mantle. It equips to the Ornithopter. They're casting a Lightning Bolt. Well, then I think it is Hammertime. It equips to our Ornithopter, and it becomes a 7/9. And they pass to us. We draw cards off our Mishra's Bauble. 2 lands and a Stoneforge. Well, I think the safest play is to run out the Shadow Spear, let that get equipped, go to combat, and swing in for 8. No blocks from our opponent. Down to 9. We are all the way up to 24, and we pass the turn there. Our opponent casts a Manamorphose, plays a Mountain, casts a second Manamorphose. They cast a Sprite Dragon off the Manamorphose mana, and they cast a Lava Dot, targeting our Ornithopter. Shrinks it down to a 7/9. Casts the Lava Dot again, shrinking it down to a 6/8. They swing in with everything. That is 13 damage to our face. Ooh, and they have the Gutshot, shrinking the Ornithopter down to a 5/7, hitting us down to 8. They pass to us. We have a second Sagada's Aid. We are going to play Silent Clearing, cast our Stoneforge Mystic. Yes, we will get ourselves another Colossus Hammer. We will pay another life to play the Colossus Hammer and equip it to our Ornithopter, and our opponent scoops it up. That is 1 for the Hammertime. We will run it back the same. We will reveal our Loris. I'm going to keep this one. We've got a few redraws with the Silent Clearings, and Uriok's Champion is a very good blocker. Our opponent leads on Bloodstained Mire, passes the turn, Ornithopter 2. We will go Snow-Covered Plains. We'll just run off the Steel Shaper's Gift now. Get ourselves a Shadow Spear. Our opponent cracks the Bloodstained Mire. Gets themselves a Steam Vents. Tapped. Goes to their turn. They play a Mountain. Cast a Manamorphose. Stormwing Entity. Now that does not care about Uriok Champion. And they pass the turn to us. We get a Sagada's Aid. Well, we will play a Snow-Covered Plains, run out the Uriok Champion, run out the Ornithopter, gaining ourselves a life, and we will pass the turn there. Our opponent plays a Wooded Foothills, goes to combat, swings in for 3, casts an Opt in combat, gonna get in for 4. We take it down to 17, and they pass to us. We draw a Stoneforge Mystic. When we will play our Silent Clearing, we will attempt to cast our Sagada's Aid. We'll go to combat, swing in with both our creatures. No blocks from our opponent. We will attempt to cast a Colossus Hammer. We will put it on our Uriok Champion. Then cast our Shadow Spear. Opponent cracks the Wooded Foothills in response to the Sagada's Aid trigger. Gets themselves a Steam Vents untapped. Casts a Vapor Snag. We are rightfully punished. We will pass the turn there. Our opponent plays a Mountain and swings in for 3. We're just going to take it. Down to 12. Then they cast a Soul Scar Mage. And they pass to us. Pure Steel Paladin. We will play our Silent Clearing. We will attempt to cast our Uriok Champion. It resolves. We will then cast our Pure Steel Paladin. Our opponent casts Burst Lightning on our Ornithopter. That certainly puts a wrench in the works. They are down to 1 card, however, and we are now up to 11. Yes, I will use its ability to gain a life. We will pass the turn there. We have options. Opponent swinging in for 4. I don't think we have a choice. We have to block the Soul Scar Mage here and hope they don't have enough burn. We'll use the Uriok Champion. Our opponent bolts our face. No, they bolt the Pure Steel Paladin. Interesting. And we take the rest down to 7. They pass to us. We draw a land. Play the Marsh Flats. Crack it. Get ourselves a Snow-Covered Plains. Play a Stoneforge Mystic. Gaining ourselves a life. Back up to 7. We will get ourselves a Colossus Hammer. We will equip Uriok Champion, giving it lifelink and trample. Go to combat and swing in for 2. We have to cast the Colossus Hammer now. If they have a Vapor Snag, we are done. Target the Uriok Champion. Use the ability. Hit our opponent for 12, and we are at 17. And opponent scoops up the match.
I like it. Another!
We win the die roll. We're going to reveal our Loris. Our opponent also reveals a Loris. A no-lander. I don't think we can keep a no-lander. We're going to mulligan. Going to mulligan again. And I think this one might be better. We're going to keep 2 cards to the bottom. Redundant Steel Shapers. Maybe Bobble. Run it like that. Lead on a Silent Clearing. Run out our Giver of Runes. Cast our Ornithopter. Cast our Paradise Mantle. Pass the turn there. Opponent plays a Plains and a Mishra's Bauble, so probably they are also Hammertime. They play a Giver of Runes and an Ornithopter. They crack the Mishra's Bauble and they pass to us. They get to draw a card. We hit another Ornithopter. We will play our Ornithopter. Gonna equip the Paradise Mantle to our Ornithopter. Add white. Cast our Steel Shapers. Get ourselves a Colossus Hammer. Pass the turn there. Opponent has a second land and a Pure Steel Paladin, and then they pass the turn there. We draw a Sagada's Aid. Question is, how do we get around this? Gonna cast the Sagada's Aid. Pass the turn there. Opponent plays a Marsh Flats. Cracks the Marsh Flats. Gets themselves a Snow-Covered Plains. Plays another Giver of Runes. Well, this is a problem. And another Pure Steel Paladin. Okay. And they pass to us. Draw Marsh Flats. We're gonna get 1 good hit in. Play the Marsh Flats. Go to combat. Swing in with both our Ornithopters. Opponent blocks 1 with the Paradise Mantle on it. Gonna crack our Marsh Flats. Get ourselves a Snow-Covered Plains. Cast our Colossus Hammer. Put it on the other Ornithopter. Hit our opponent down to 9. Pass the turn there. Opponent plays another Ornithopter, has a Sagada's Aid of their own, and another Pure Steel Paladin, but they do not have any equipment. They're swinging for 4. We're going to take it down to 13. And they pass to us. Paradise Mantle. Going to take our free draw with the Silent Clearing. Memnite. Not too helpful. We will cast it, and then we will cast our Paradise Mantle, put it on our Memnite. Just pass the turn there. Hopefully our opponent flinches before we do. Opponent plays the Inkmoth, adds Loris to hand, no attacks, passes to us. Land, not particularly helpful. Play it out. I think we'll just get our own Loris to hand, pass the turn there. Stoneforge Mystic, Steel Shaper's Gift, both very good draws. Anything that gives us Trample is a good draw. They play the Loris, get themselves a Mishra's Bauble, they crack it, play another Ornithopter, no attacks, passes to us. They draw a card. Draw an Arid Mesa, not exactly what I was hoping for. Play it. I think we'll just pass the turn there. If they hit an artifact, they hit an equipment, they're going to win. They're drawing more cards than us. They may have Path, but we can play around Path. They are down to 8. They may start swinging with the Loris just to gain life if they do not have a Colossus Hammer. They have another Sagada's Aid. No attacks. Interesting. They pass into us. We're going to crack our Arid Mesa, get our Godless Shrine, tapped, go to our turn. They get to draw yet another card. Silent Clearing, that's a redraw. Another Giver. Well, that changes the maths, doesn't it? We will run out our Giver of Runes. We're going to take a turn off and run out our Loris. Pass the turn there. Hope they don't beat us this turn. They hit a Shadow Spear. That's what we're trying to hit. Chances of them whiffing now are pretty low. They draw 3 cards. Play a Paradise Mantle. They're drawing another 3 cards. Certainly changes the maths. Gone through half their library now. Chances of them whiffing are low. And we did decide it was a good idea to take that turn off. They cast a Steel Shaper's Gift, which means they've got it, unfortunately. Maybe they'll make a mistake. Equips to the Paladin. Another Steel Shaper's Gift. Well, there's no way they're going to make 2 mistakes. Gets another Colossus Hammer. Equips that one to the same Pure Steel Paladin. Plays a Mishra's Bauble. Plays a Mishra's Bauble. Plays a Memnite. Plays an Ornithopter. Plays a Crane or Playdin. If they equip that, then they win. They do, and we will scoop it up. Sideboard against this one. Let's go for Thoughtseize, Fatal Push. Do we want Pithing Needle? Everything it turns off for them, it turns off for us. Don't think we do. What do we go down in this matchup? Cut down to 1 Paradise Mantle, as per usual. I will trim 1 Giver and 3 Baubles. Run it back like that. We are hoping for a quick win. Yes, I would like to play first. Yes, I will reveal our Loris. Now, that was close, and we mulliganed. Oh, I think we can keep this one. Strategic Thoughtseize could pull apart their entire hand. We'll play Marsh Flats. We will crack it. We will get ourselves a Godless Shrine. We will pay 2 life, and we will Thoughtseize our opponent. They also got the Thoughtseize. The Colossus Hammer, Memnite, Sagada's Aid, Thoughtseize. Well, they have no black mana, they have no white mana. Let's take the Sagada's Aid, pass the turn there. Opponent plays out the Memnite and the Inkmoth Nexus and an Ornithopter. So that's what they drew. They drew an Ornithopter. We know their hand. Pass to us. Stoneforge. Go Ornithopter, Plains, Pure Steel. Pass the turn there. Opponent gets another Inkmoth Nexus. Passes to us. Giver of Runes. Well, we will play Inkmoth Nexus. Cast Stoneforge Mystic. Yes, we will use its ability. Yes, we will get ourselves a Colossus Hammer. And then we will cast our Giver of Runes. Go to combat, swinging for 2. Opponent takes it down to 18. We pass the turn there. And opponent scoops it up. The writing's on the wall. I'd say same again. Yeah, same again. Unfortunately, they get to go first this time, so we need a Thoughtseize-proof hand. Well, we will reveal our Loris. It's not Thoughtseize-proof, but it's still very good. We are keeping. Opponent leads on a Silent Clearing into the Sagada's Aid. But they have no creature. Get our Arid Mesa, crack it, get ourselves a Godless Shrine. Yes, I would like to pay 2 life. Cast our Steel Shaper's Gift, get ourselves a Hammer, play an Ornithopter, and pass the turn there. Opponent plays a Snow-Covered Plains. Thoughtseizes us. The correct pick, I believe, is the Pure Steel Paladin. Yep. They take the Pure Steel, and then they cast a Giver of Runes. They pass to us, another Steel Shapers. Play a Silent Clearing. We will run out Stoneforge, as it has the highest upside of fixing our draws. We'll get ourselves a Paradise Mantle. Play it, so we might be able to get Loris a turn faster, if we need it. Opponent casts a Pure Steel Paladin, passes the turn to us. We hit a Pure Steel Paladin. We will equip our Stoneforge with the Paradise Mantle, and then we'll play our Pure Steel Paladin. We will pass the turn there. Our opponent swings in. Well, this might require a double block. block, unfortunately. If they have exactly double hammer, we could lose. And they did keep this hand for a reason. Well, we will go to blockers, pure steel in front of the giver, Ornithopter in front of the pure steel. They play the Colossus Hammer. They draw a card, they put it on the giver of runes. Okay, they only had the one. And they cast a Steel Shaper's Gift to get the other. Shadow Spear, now that's a good one. And they have the land as well. Maybe they should have done it that way. Trampled over, gained some life. Silent Clearing. Gonna play it. We have to take the redraw. Ornithopter, not bad. Play out the Ornithopter. Does anything else get us out of this? We could use the Stoneforge to get a redraw, but they might just have another hammer and we'd be dead. I think we'll pass the turn there and hope they play the Shadow Spear. They can equip it wherever they want. They put it on the Pure Steel. Okay. Now, because we got that Ornithopter, we have protected ourselves from an Inkmoth attack. That is a second Colossus Hammer. Well, where's that going? All right. That goes on the Pure Steel, and then they move the other one over, and that be the game. Let's just have a looky look at what we would have drawn. We would have drawn a Thoughtseize, which might have helped if we had more lands, but it does not. So unfortunately, we lose this one.
It's too strong. Without my hammer, I can't.
Opponent wins the die roll. We reveal our Laris. I think we can go one deeper. Mulligan to 5. This is much like the first hand, only worse. Let's go to 4. This hand is better. We're going to keep. I'm going to put Paradise Mantle, Memnite, Pure Steel Paladin away. Opponent leads on a Razor Verge Thicket. Passes to us. Get a Giver of Runes. Well, we're going to play a Silent Clearing. Run out Sagada's Aid. Cast an Ornithopter. Pass the turn there. Opponent plays a Forest. Runs out a Core Spirit Dancer. I see you too are a man of class. Passes to us. Second Sagada's Aid. Lead on Colossus Hammer. Equip it to the Ornithopter. Swing in for 10. We've done it this way in case they want to trade the Spirit Dancer. No blocks from them. They pass. They play Horizon Canopy. Cast a Rancor on the Core Spirit Dancer. Are they digging for removal? Put a Hyena Umbra on the Core Spirit Dancer. And they swing in for 7. We take it down to 11, and they pass to us. Draw a Snow-Covered Plains. We'll play it. Go to combat. Swing in for 10. They probably have removal for this. They do. We will use its ability. We will get a land. We will run out our Giver of Runes. Pass the turn there. They cast a Griff's Boon, which I think is enough to give them the game. They only need one more aura. They play a Temple Garden, untapped, and they cast the Spirit Mantle, which will do it. On to game 2. We will bring in Thoughtseizes, going down 2 Paradise Mantle, 2 Bauble. Run it back like that. Yes, I would like to play first. Yes, I will reveal my Laris. I'm going to mulligan this one. This hand is good, it just does not have the lands we need. So I'm going to mulligan again. I think we'll keep this one. Putting 2 cards back. We'll put second hammer, and I think it has to be plains. I think it does. We will lead on a Silent Clearing into a Thoughtseize. We will take our opponent's Slippery Bogle, leaving them stranded, hopefully, without a creature. We will pass the turn there. Opponent will lead on a Temple Garden tapped, and they pass the turn to us. Stoneforge Mystic. Play Colossus Hammer. Run out the Stoneforge. Yes. Paradise Mantle. Cranial Plating, Shadow Spear. Pass the turn there. Opponent plays a Razor Verge Thicket. Passes the turn to us. Draw a Snow-Covered Plains. I think we might just put the Shadow Spear into play, equip up our Stoneforge Mystic, and start getting in. Ooh, they're pathing. Yes, we will use its ability. We will get a Plains. Now, unless they've drawn another path, this means our Inkmoth Nexus can start hitting in. They play a Windswept Heath, crack it immediately, get themselves a Dryad Arbor. They put a Spider Umbra on it, and they pass to us. That is a Sagada's Aid. We will cast the Sagada's Aid, animate our Inkmoth Nexus, go to combat, and swing in the air for 1. Our opponent is blocking. This does price us into the hammer, which we will cast and attempt to equip. We eat their creature and their land. An opponent scoops it up. We did make the right play. I think Fatal Push might actually be quite helpful here, because we do have the Shadow Spear. We'll go down the other 2 baubles, run it back like that. We're just going to deprive our opponent of creatures. That is the plan. We will reveal our Laris. Opponent does not reveal theirs, so they have put something else in their library, maybe? I think we're going to mulligan. Thoughtseize is good, but we cannot cast it. We're going to keep this one. What do we put back? So 1, 2, 3 artifacts. We have the Thoughtseize. Our opponent is going first, though, so if they have a 1-drop, Thoughtseize ain't going to help us. I think we will put Thoughtseize back, and then we might be able to get them with the Fatal Push on their Bogle. It was a good call, putting the Thoughtseize back. They play Razorverge Thicket into a Glade Cover Scout, and they pass. Draw another Inkmoth, not bad. We'll lead on a Marsh Flats, pass the turn there. Or do we run out the Hammer? I think we wait. They play a Razorverge Thicket, put the Griff Spoon on the Glade Cover Scout, put an Ethereal Armor on the Glade Cover Scout. And they're swinging for 5. There's a very real chance we're dead before we can do our Fatal Push trick. Gonna crack the Marsh Flats. We're gonna get a Godless Shrine, and it is gonna be tapped. We go to our turn. Silent Clearing, not bad. We're gonna play our Stoneforge Mystic, use its ability, get ourselves a Shadow Spear. We're gonna pass the turn there. Opponent has another Griff Spoon, swings in for 7. We take it down to 7, and they have another Glade Cover Scout. Well, we'll just have to swing around, won't we? They pass to us. I think the best way to do this, play Marsh Flats, crack it, get ourselves a Snow-Covered Plains, cast the Shadow Spear, make our opponent's permanents lose hexproof, cast the Fatal Push on the Glade Cover Scout, pass the turn there. Opponent plays a Windswept Heath, gets themselves another Glade Cover Scout. No attacks. No cards in hand either. Passes to us. Another Stoneforge. What does that do for us? We do have a Paradise Mantle. Let's run out the Inkmoth Nexus. Run out the Pure Steel Paladin. Cast the Hammer. Use its ability to draw. Get a land. Okay. And then next turn, we're planning on swinging in with an Inkmoth Nexus with Trample and Infect. Opponent cracks the Windswept Heath, gets a Temple Garden tapped, goes to their turn. What do they draw? Hyena Umbra. That's certainly a painful one for them to get. They are swinging in. We're down to 4. Go to our turn. Another land. Play the Plains. Cast our Stoneforge Mystic. Go tutoring. Get ourselves a Colossus Hammer. Cast the Colossus Hammer. Draw ourselves a card. Cranial Plating. I don't even think we need the Inkmoth Nexus. But in any case, we're going to do it. We're going to animate the Inkmoth Nexus, start equipping, go to combat, and swing in for 22 Infect. And that is 22 Infect counters on an opponent.
I'm still worthy.
Angry Troll Bombs, Black-White Shadow Spear deck. What do we think about it? I do enjoy it. Unfortunately, we lost the mirror, but that was a good game. We won one, they lost one. It's just a good bunch of back and forth. It's a very fun deck. I definitely think this is a deck that would reward practice. Closing thoughts, the deck's very entertaining, and it's my 2 favorite colors, black and white. I do highly recommend giving it a go, as it has been 5-0ing quite a lot. And as Chip would say, until next time, y'all have fun.